Welcome to the Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church's online worship. My name is Ann Packard, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I serve as a member of the congregation's Board of Trustees. We are a freely gathered, open, welcoming community supported by your contributions, which can be made with the donate button on our website by going to our Breeze program if you're a member, or by mailing your check to 524 Allen Avenue, Portland, Maine. Please note if the donation is for your pledge or a gift to our Share the Plate for November. Our Share the Plate for November is Maine Adaptive Sports and Recreation. Founded in 1982, Maine Adaptive is now the largest year-round adaptive recreation program in the state of Maine for adults and children with disabilities. Over 400 volunteers assist our athletes in appreciating the joys and challenges of sports participation. To learn more about this program, please go to their website linked on our order of service today. You are invited to join us today, November 8th at 10:45 a.m. for our congregational conversation and coffee hour. This Zoom link can be found on our website and in our order of service. To learn more about Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church, please go to our website at A2U2.org. Thank you.
call to worship words are those of the Reverend Teresa Soto. Welcome to this place where it's okay to be scared. Someone here is also scared. Someone else is feeling brave. We witness these feelings in others. It's okay to be sad. Lean in. Your sadness is part of being a loving human being. It's okay to be angry and allow it to make you clear and focused. And there is more. This community holds you in your fullness and your wholeness.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Our chalice lighting words are those of the Reverend Erica Hewitt. Until all means all. The chalice, as a symbol of Unitarian Universalism, arose as a beacon of hope in an atmosphere of tyranny. The chalice arose as a sign of promise that the marginalized would neither be forgotten or ignored, because they are the beloved and precious from the perspective of the holy. This morning we remember all of the people who have been told explicitly or implicitly, through police violence or government policy, through derision or dehumanization, that they're anything less than whole, anything less than beloved. As we each light chalices in our own homes, may we make our lives a beacon, a symbol of our promise to draw the circle wide, a sign that we will not rest until all means all.
What does it mean to heal? Our bodies can give us clues. For instance, I was injured on my left hand as a kid, and doctors had to put stitches in to help it heal correctly. You can see a shiny line where the cut was, and you can even see some of the places where stitches held my skin together. My hand healed a long time ago, but to heal doesn't mean to go back to how something was before it was hurt. Healing means to become better. To become anything means to change. To be healed means to be changed. I wonder if you've ever felt hurt in your heart. Not your beating heart, but your mind or your spirit that we often call our heart. I wonder if you felt pain when someone said something to you. I wonder if you've ever loved an animal who died or loved a person who died. I wonder if there were times your heart was broken and you felt like no one even noticed. Heartbreak is not as noticeable as a bone break. When a bone breaks, a doctor can take an x-ray and see that it's broken. They can see other information too, though. Bones don't break the same. There are different types of breaks, and they need different things to heal correctly. Let's say you and a friend are on a bike ride. You're going very fast and having a great time when, bam, you both run into something that you didn't know was there. You are both thrown off your bikes. You tumble through the air and land in the leaves beside the trail. Your friend also tumbles through the air, but they fall onto a large, sharp rock. The doctor takes x-rays and says you didn't break a bone and you're going to be fine in no time. Your friend's arm was broken in several places, and they will need to have surgery to put all the bones back together, and it will take much, much longer to heal. You both got hurt at the same time doing the same thing, but your injuries and healing from them are different. A broken heart can be like that. Some heartaches will heal quickly and we might not even think of them again. Some heartaches can feel like something inside of us has shattered, and those can take much, much longer to heal. We help each other by acknowledging when someone is hurt. We remember what hurt feels like, and we show up to help, even if we haven't been hurt like that, even when we didn't know a person could be hurt like that. Feeling pain, well, it hurts. And experiencing pain helps us remember or understand so that we can connect with others who are feeling hurt and help be part of their healing. That feeling of understanding and connection to another person's pain is called empathy. When we show that we feel empathy, we are being compassionate. For the world and for you, I offer this prayer. If your heart is broken, I hope that someone will be there, not to pick up the pieces, for they are already shattered, but to offer a new piece, even bigger than the broken pieces, so that you may cover your heart with the love of community. The hurt may remain for some time, but it will be covered and it will heal. Blessed be, and amen.
Hold my hand while I'm on this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I'm on this race, for I don't want to run this race in vain. Hold my hand while I run this race. Oh, hold my hand while I run this race. Oh, hold my hand while I run this race, for I don't want to run this race in vain.
I invite you into the spirit of prayer or meditation with these words, "We are longing," written by Starhawk. We are all longing to go home, to some place we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned we can only catch glimpses of from time to time. Community. Somewhere there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throat. Somewhere a circle of hands will open and receive us. Eyes will light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we have come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter, a healing circle, a circle of friends, someplace we can be free.
Dear ones, fellow Unitarian Universalists, it's so good to be with you tonight. I am excited to share with you a story, and it's one of my favorites. You may have, if you've known me a long time, you may have heard me share it before. It's an old Jewish folk tale from the 1700s told by Jacob Ben Wolfkrantz. And I've heard the story told different ways, so this is the way I know it best. Like a lot of stories, they sometimes change in the telling and passing on. The story begins in a town with the townspeople. And these townspeople have a prized possession in their town. It is a beautiful, stunning, perfect diamond. And the townspeople are so proud of this treasure that they keep it on display. They keep the diamond on display at the center of town so that everyone can enjoy it. And people often come from far and wide to enjoy and look upon this amazing jewel. But one day, the townspeople wake up, and when the earliest risers go to the center of town, they're shocked and unsettled to discover that their diamond has a deep crack running along its length. They have no idea how the diamond cracked. They are heartbroken and shocked. The townspeople gather around. They look for jewelers in the town. They search out craftspeople from all around, stonecutters, anyone, to see if someone might be able to fix their beautiful diamond. But everyone who comes and inspects it says that the crack is too deep, that it is too broken, and that to even try to fix it would risk it breaking into multiple pieces. But then one day, a stranger comes to their town. And the stranger walks into the center of town and is looking at the diamond. And they say, I can fix this. And the townspeople hear this and begin to gather. And the stranger says, I am a stonecutter and I know how to fix this diamond. I'll have to take it with me back to my shop. It'll probably take me 2 weeks to fix it, but I promise I will return with it. Well, the townspeople are wary. After all, this is a stranger. But their hope, their desire to have their prized possession back, fixed, outweighs their fear. And so they give the diamond to the stranger. Exactly 14 days later, this stranger returns to the town. And they come to the center of town and they're carrying the bag that they took the diamond with them. And they open it up and they pull out the diamond and they give it to one of the elders in the town. And the elder looks upon the diamond and is amazed. The stonecutter had not polished the crack away. Rather, they had carved a beautiful rose into the face of the diamond, using the crack as part of the rose's stem. The elder holds up the diamond to the townspeople. And he says to the stonecutter, "You have taken something that was cracked and broken and made it even more beautiful than it was before." And they pass the diamond around throughout the members of the town, all moved by the beauty of the rose and the diamond. I love this story because it reminds us that brokenness is not the end of the story. And in fact, we know that the diamond was never perfect, maybe in the eyes of the town people, but we know it was never perfect. But the brokenness is not the end of the story. And the gift that the stranger brings to the townspeople is the ability to see the possibility of the rose in the brokenness. So easy to always see what is broken, what is lost, and to focus there, to focus our attention there. It's even possible to be so consumed with that brokenness that we give up any sense of what can be, of what's possible. Feel that we should just take care of ourselves. The world is so broken, the world is so unjust, the situation is so wrong that we need to just withdraw, take care of ourselves, assume that all around us is broken, is ugly. Of what this stranger sees, and I believe that what a practice of our faith as Unitarian Universalists is about always being rooted in the beauty that is present in life, that is present in each and every one of us. To see the rose that is possible, and to always be rooted in working to bring that beauty forward. To keep our attention and our awareness open to the beauty, to the joy, to the love of life, to the compassion and goodness that is possible in ourselves. And to till that soil, to do that work, to bring forth the joy, to bring forth the rose from the brokenness.
Though gathered here to celebrate my spirit's burning low, instead of serving, now I wait the breath of worship's not too late. Breathe, let the embers glow. There have been losses on the way, a parent, partner, friend. At times I need to grieve and say, I have enough to bear today. Be near and help me mend. The stillness strips the masks away, exposes lonely hearts. Self-pity must not have its way. I'll live my life from day to day, and now the healing starts.
It was the early 1990s, and I waited with others for confirmation that an equal protection ordinance had passed in Lewiston, Maine. The local ordinance would protect the rights of lesbian, gay, and bisexual individuals in the areas of housing, banking, and public accommodations. It seemed like hours and hours as we waited together, with people spilling out onto the street of the Sportsman's Bar, the local gay bar in town. We waited for the votes to be counted. Of course the ordinance would pass. In my mind, it was just a formality. Of course it would pass. It was logical, it was just, and at its heart, the ordinance spoke to my values as a Unitarian Universalist. At the time, I was one of 2 straight cisgender identified women on this steering committee for this equal protection ordinance. We had done our work, we had done public speaking, neighborhood conversations, literature drops, letters to the editor, phone banking, back when I could hear well enough to do phone banking. And we waited. Of course it would pass. With the glimmer of naivete in my eyes, I waited. Of course it would pass. And hours ticked on, and it seemed like forever. Eventually, the voting tallies were finally in. The glimmer still in my eyes. Of course it would pass. The ordinance did not pass. I can still feel the shock and the tears just brimming behind my eyes. I bumped into something I didn't even know was there. My own limited worldview. The following Sunday, I sat in the back row of my A2U congregation, my safe harbor, where I could no longer hold back the sobs of grief. This harbor that was held together by covenant. I didn't know what I didn't know back then. You see, part of my safe harbor was also built from my own inexperience with bias and fear. I worked tirelessly knowing the votes would fall on the side of what was just. I was in what Alan Johnson refers to as the luxury of obliviousness. I didn't grasp what I would eventually come to know firsthand. Most of the Equal Protection Steering Committee members knew already. There are many divisive issues. Gay, bisexual, and lesbian rights is just one of them. I didn't understand then about the collective heartbreak that Emily refers to in her Time for All Ages. I didn't see it. Sometimes our limited life experiences, our privileges keep us from fully understanding. Our congregation, Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church, is one of the harbors we arrive at when we need to rest with our collective grief, our fear, and our anger. We have room for you to be whole and beloved. We have room to open our hearts together as we continue learning. Now, nearly 30 years later, I wait with you. The years have polished down the glimmer in my eyes. And yet I wait. Of course. But here we are. And I review the tallies on this early Saturday morning. Biden with 74 plus million votes, and Trump with 70 plus million votes. No longer can we risk being in the luxury of obliviousness. We are a nation deeply divided. each presidential camp fully committed to their perspectives. This last Saturday evening, Rabbi Angela Bookdahl, spoke of this polarized cutoff in our nation. She spoke of the need for a collective reckoning, and I quote her now, "The soul of our nation is in the balance now, after this election." Here we are this morning in a state of unknowing. For many of us, the last 4 years have polished down the glimmer in our eyes, and we knew at some level the vote would be close. We've witnessed the division, the implicit and explicit fallout of our nation's governance through derision and dehumanization. We need a safe harbor to come and rest, to center ourselves and know we are witnessed in the fullness of our beings. We have a place in this harbor where we belong. Belonging is described by Jill Sudi in the Greater Good magazine's Science-Based Insights for a Meaningful Life this way: when we are understood, recognized and affirmed by friends, by family members, partners, colleagues, and even strangers, we feel we belong to a community. Results from some studies indicate that many people count their relationships as the most meaningful parts of their lives, even when those relationships are difficult or strained. The beauty of our faith is that you do not need to fit in to belong. I love this about our faith. Belonging in Unitarian Universalism is partially rooted in a document from 1648 called the Cambridge Platform. Remember, this was before the Unitarian divorced from the Congregational Church in 1819. In this document, according to the Historical Dictionary of Unitarian Universalism, Mark Harris describes the platform this way: feeling that there were challenges to the congregational way, this synod, which met in Cambridge, Massachusetts, developed patterns of association that continue to present day among Unitarian Universalists. It included the right for each parish to call its own minister, to control its own property and funds, and to determine a criteria for church membership. These congregations were free to associate with one another without permission of any higher authority. Central to the Cambridge Platform was the concept of covenant, and today's liberals often define covenant as a voluntary agreement among people of a congregation to meet for public worship, mutual help, and cooperation. Closed quote. Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church gathers in covenant, not creed, in the spirit of mutual help and cooperation, drawing the circle wide, hands receiving and supporting us. We have this opportunity to find and practice our own spiritual path in community, in covenant together. This is the safe harbor we rest in before we go out once again to do the work of our faith in the world. The harbor was never meant to be a place where you set your moor and never sail out again. It's a temporary docking station, a place to refuel, rest, repair, a place to put our feet on a bit of solid ground before sailing out once again into the great vast sea. My friends, this is our safe harbor. Let's gather our strength, compassion, our slightly polished, glimmering perspectives, and offer a message of hope, belonging, and love to the world. Please join me in singing our closing hymn, What Wondrous Love.
What wondrous love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss and takes away the pain of my soul, and takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down beneath my sorrow's ground, friends to me gathered round, O my soul, O my soul. Friends to me gathered round, O my soul. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends who pain and sorrow mend, with thanks unto the end I will sing, I will sing. With thanks unto the end I will sing.
When facing the unknown, we are stronger together. We are whole and holy. Rest in this safe harbor. Repair. Catch your breath. Put your feet on a little bit of solid ground before you prepare to go back out into the world.